What up? It's your girl Alicia coming to you with another inspirational video. Listen, if y'all like these videos, man, when I hear words of encouragement from y'all or something, it makes me want to keep going on with these videos. Anyway, I want to talk to y'all today about some things. I want to talk to y'all about how do you forgive someone when they don't deserve your forgiveness. Excuse me, y'all, I'm trying to get over a cold. But how do you forgive somebody when they don't deserve to be forgiven? That's a hard one, right? Especially if someone have hurt you and they have done you so wrong, and you are hurt, and it seems like every time it turn around, you reminded of everything that they have done to you, or every time it turn around, something happens that triggers those feelings and those emotions that make you remember what transpired or what happened to you. I don't care if it was 5-10 years ago. I don't care how long it's been. It's not always easy to exercise the spirit of forgiveness. For one, because we are constantly being reminded through feelings and emotions on why we feel or felt the way that we do or did at that time. And sometimes it's hard to move forward. Some people think that if I just change, if I move away from things, that it'll make it go away. Or if I don't think about it, it'll make it go away. Or if I just say, you know what, I'm gonna act like it ain't there, it'll make it go away. I'm gonna fake it till I make it, it's gonna make it go away. No, that's not how it goes. That is not exercising the spirit of forgiveness. When you are trying to forgive somebody, you have to dig down to the root of that thing, and you have to begin to pull that thing up. You got to begin to replant. You got to begin to water. You got listen, it's like a plant. You got to start from the bottom in order for it to grow and become better, in order for it to grow to become stronger, in order for it to grow to become what you desire for yourself to become. Because we need to understand that I don't care what it is that we have gone through, if we try to fake it till we make it, it's not going to go away. Those problems, those issues, whatever it is, it's going to continue to be there. So what needs to happen is you got to own that thing. You gotta own the fact that it happened. I can't take it away. It transpired. It make me feel whatever I feel. You gotta own that thing. You gotta face that thing head on. I'm talking about, you can't just be like, you know what, it never happened. You know how most people be like, you know what, I'm gonna act like it never existed. Boo-boo. That ain't how it works. You gotta, for real, you gotta own that thing. You gotta become aware of those feelings. You gotta say, you know what, I'm feeling this way because of whatever the reason may be. You gotta own it. Many people think that if I just fake it till I make it. No, you can't fake it till you make it. Because at the end of the day, what happens if you do not own what it is that you are feeling, or why you are feeling, or own the fact that somebody have crossed you or turned on you, or whatever the case may be, if you don't own the fact that these things happen, you're gonna start to gain feelings of resentment. You're gonna start to dislike certain things and people. Certain things are going to remind you of what that person or what happened to you, and you're going to start to have a feeling of grudge, animosity. You're going to become angry. You're going to be just feeling a certain way. And the reason why you are going to gain these feelings is because, again, you have not owned what it is that you are feeling and why you're feeling it. You have not faced that thing head on. How do you let go of resentment, Alicia? How do you let go of resentment? Again, that comes with learning how to forgive. Listen, forgiveness for me is not earned. It's something that is given. It's something that is required in life in order for you to move forward. Resentment is not always easy. It's not something that a person can be like, you know what? They hurt me. I'm faking it till I make it. Boo-boo. Listen to me. Excuse me. Listen to me. Hear me loud and clear when I tell you. Resentment will harbor up feelings and emotions. It's like a cancer cell. If it's left untreated, that thing gonna spread. It's gonna spread, and then before long, you're gonna start to feel anger, frustration. You're gonna start to become somebody that you did not ultimately want to become. In order to forgive somebody, you gotta see yourself forgiving them. You gotta see yourself forgiving them. Just like if you have a goal in life and you know it's something that you're trying to accomplish, you see yourself accomplishing that thing, right? After you have written down the vision, you see yourself accomplishing that thing, and before long your mind starts to operate in the background, and then before long you didn't accomplish that goal, right? So it's the same thing when it comes down to forgiveness. You got to see yourself forgiving that person. You have to be able to walk in your freedom. You got to see yourself walking in your freedom. You have to see yourself free from bondage and captivity. You got to see yourself free from that situation. You got to see yourself happy. You got to see yourself full of joy. It's not an easy task. It takes practice. It takes courage. It takes strength to be able to forgive somebody who have hurt you. Another thing, in order to to forgive somebody, you have to learn to stop pointing fingers. Do you hear me? Many times, I'm sorry y'all, I'm trying to get this, I'm trying to get at. Okay, many times we start to point fingers at people who have hurt us. We want to point the blame at people who have done us wrong. We want to say, you did this. You the cause of why I'm like this. No, you're the cause of why you like that. Because you are exercising the spirit of unforgiveness, and because you are harboring the spirit of unforgiveness, it is causing you to have a spirit of resentment. Not only is it causing you to have a spirit of resentment, but it's also causing you to not be able to walk in the spirit of freedom. The Bible says that I remember the Bible saying Peter asked Jesus. He said, how many times am I supposed to forgive somebody? And Peter said 7 times, right? Jesus said, no, not 7 times, 70 times, 7 times. 70 times, 7 times. So that means that we have one person, y'all. One person can be forgiven 480 times. This Jesus who said this. I didn't make this up. So my thing is, when it comes down to operating the spirit of forgiveness, I don't care if you're trying to run from your situation. Listen, you can change your zip code all day long. You can change the area. You can move from another place or house if you was married and that person hurt you. And you, listen, if you ain't dealt with the root of the thing, if you ain't dealt with the thing that's been carrying you through you've been holding on to for so long, dear, listen to me, honey. You still gonna have the same stuff going on. You hear me? You need to work on that. You need to work on that. So, forgiving a person does not mean that you say, I forgive you. No, you have to dig to the root, get to the bottom of it, and then start to elevate your way up to the top. Because God is forgiveness. And if you say that you love God, how can you say you love your brother and you ain't forgave them? Forgiveness will ultimately bring peace in your life. It'll bring peace, believe it or not. It'll bring healing. So you're going to have to work on that thing, sister or brother. I pray that you be encouraged. If you are operating in the spirit of forgiveness, I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you to start to face that thing head on. Start to accept the things that you cannot change and ask God to give you the courage to change the things that you can and the wisdom to know the difference. So until we meet again, I'll see you in the next video. You be encouraged, my sister or my brother. I love you. I love you. I love you. Bye for now.